A man cruelly murdered his twin brother just to get the inheritance. Unexpectedly, this scene was witnessed by the brother's daughter, but the man didn't lay a hand on her because he knew his niece was blind. But to test the girl, the man suddenly lunged and thrust a knife toward her eyes. Seeing that the girl didn't move at all, the man finally felt at ease. Little did he know, the girl had regained her sight a week ago. To lower his guard and wait for the right moment to call the police, she continued pretending to be blind and pretended to mistake the man for her father. But just as the girl secretly made a phone call, the man suddenly spoke up, saying he accidentally broke his phone when he fell earlier and wanted to borrow the girl's phone. Hearing this, the girl pretended to show concern and asked if he was hurt. At the same time, she quickly deleted the call log. After handing the phone to the man, the girl tried to leave, but unexpectedly, the man grabbed her and dragged her toward her father's corpse. The next second, she heard the man say, "He caught a big fish today. To keep the fish fresh, he didn't freeze it." Then he took the girl's hand and made her stab her father a few more times. At this critical moment, the girl quickly said, "Dad, did you forget? The doctor said my eyes can't handle seafood." Hearing this, the man, not wanting to blow his cover, immediately said he forgot because of being busy at work lately. Then he made up an excuse about a recent sandstorm and forbade the girl from going out again. In front of the man, the girl smiled and agreed, but as soon as she turned away, she couldn't hold back her emotions. She couldn't believe her father, who was fine that morning, was now lying on the floor of their home. She couldn't even cry out loud, only silently weep. That day, while no one was home, she found a backup phone to call the police, but the man suddenly came back, so she had to hide the phone and pretended to trip over something, then asked the man for help. "Dad, I don't know what I tripped on. Can you check it for me?" Hearing this, the man picked up a charging cable on the floor and said it was just a little thing and he had put it away. Then the man brought out a bowl of porridge that would trigger the girl's allergies. He said he made it especially for her. The reason the man did this was to test whether the girl was really blind. The girl understood his intention, but if the man wanted to get all of her father's inheritance, he couldn't let anything happen to her just yet. Otherwise, everything he'd done would be in vain. With that in mind, the girl picked up the bowl and started eating. But after just a few bites, she had a severe allergic reaction and couldn't breathe. Although her body was in intense pain, this was actually a good opportunity for the girl. Only by leaving this house would she have a better chance to escape, seeing the girl on the brink of death. The man quickly rushed her to the hospital, and he now truly believed the girl was blind. But to be safe after the emergency treatment was over, he still asked the doctor, "How are my daughter's eyes?" The doctor immediately said there was nothing wrong with her eyes. The man was stunned. He asked again if the girl could see, but the doctor looked puzzled and said he didn't know. He only said the allergy hadn't affected the girl's vision. Hearing that, the man finally breathed a sigh of relief. Then he arranged for his own daughter, Anna, to watch the girl at the hospital and planned to impersonate his brother to steal money from the company. The girl, seeing the bodyguards stationed around her, grew anxious. Then she suddenly thought of her father's apprentice, William. So, when the nurse wasn't looking, the girl secretly took her phone. When the nurse turned to turn on the light, the girl quickly took all the toilet paper and said there was no paper left. Hearing this, the nurse hurried out to get some, and the girl took the chance to send William a message for help. But just then, Anna suddenly appeared. When she found out the girl had been alone in the bathroom with the nurse, Anna immediately scolded the bodyguard. Then she pounded on the bathroom door. Soon the girl walked out with the nurse, calmly saying she was fine, but Anna, full of false concern, said the girl couldn't see, so she shouldn't be alone with outsiders. The girl didn't want to talk much with her. She simply said the nurse was very responsible, then lay down, pretending to sleep, quietly waiting for rescue. But Anna quickly sensed something was off. She rushed after the nurse and questioned what they were doing in the bathroom. The nurse helplessly replied that they were just using the toilet. Hearing that, Anna said her phone was dead and asked to borrow the nurse's phone. Once she had it, Anna quickly looked through it and grew suspicious that the nurse's phone had no password. But the nurse explained it was to make contacting doctors easier, then impatiently asked if Anna was going to make the call or not. Hearing that, Anna had no choice but to return the phone. But suddenly, the phone rang. Anna instantly realized something was wrong and demanded the nurse put the call on speaker, and the caller was William. But after just a few words, William immediately realized the nurse wasn't trustworthy and pretended to be a telemarketer. After hanging up, he rushed to the hospital. Seeing this, Anna let her guard down and left the bodyguard to watch the girl alone, then went to rest. Soon, a doctor arrived at the hospital room. After seeing the girl, he took her hand and wrote William's name. It turned out that after hanging up the call, William called a doctor friend and asked him to look after the girl. After confirming each other's identity, the doctor quickly wrote on the treatment form, "Can you see?" But just as the girl nodded, the bodyguard rushed in and questioned what the doctor had written on the form.